Hey everybody, this is day 6. It's going to be for day 6 tomorrow of that's going to be October the 30th, and it's going to be for Imagine a Miracle Every Day. Oh God, I don't know, it was a beautiful blue jay right there. I don't think you can see it. Well, let me see it now myself. But anyway, oh dang. I was hoping to be able to get over here by myself, but there's actually a person here. 2 people. Okay, so maybe I go way up there. Alright, so again, I'm out at the park, and might as well just start letting you know that the miracle of the day is going to be from John 5. It says verses 5 to 8, but really it's going to be other verses than these. So get over here at this table and just showing you some of this beautiful scenery, and then we'll read. So let me hurry up. But it's gorgeous here, isn't it? Look. Isn't it beautiful? Look at the sky. So this story is about, you might have heard it before. And when I sat down and read it through the first 2 times so that I could talk about how you are being, how I'm reading it in my imagination, it was really great for me to see how this exactly works. So here's my book, The 4 Gospels for Creative Journaling. I got a bookmark, yay. And this one is about the healing the man at the pool of Bethesda. So you're hearing some stuff in the background. There's a gun practice range near here, so they make a lot of noise near this park. But it's all good. So let's just read this. And here we have that, and it goes over starting at verse 1. And we're going to go down to verse 9. Well, so it's saying after this, which is after Jesus did the last miracle that you're not going to imagine today. But today you're going to imagine this one. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. And, okay, and it says, now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. So, at first I didn't quite understand what this meant, but now I get it. At the pool, there were like porches. Apparently they must have been sort of like some sort of ramps or some sort of place where people could sit by the pool. And in these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. So you got to imagine this with this miracle. You're going to imagine that there's a pool there, and then they have some sort of structures that are near this pool, and there are people who are laying there, and they have all kinds of infirmities, it says that they are impotent, that some of them are blind, some are halt, some are withered, waiting for the movement of the water. So they have different things, illnesses, sicknesses going on, and they're waiting because for an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. So you got to imagine that they're laying there waiting for an angel to come who has been there before and who comes at some points during some sort of season. And so this has happened before. So they're waiting for this angel to come, and the angel troubles the water. So that must mean they stir the water, bless the water, or whatever. It does something that makes the water able to make these people whole. And whosoever then first after the troubling of the water stepped in was made whole of whatever disease he had. And a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years. So he'd been there. I don't know how long he'd been at that pool, but you'll notice from the story. So got to imagine, you're Jesus. He walks up to the pool. He sees all the people, and he knows. Now, Jesus always knows spirit. He's really tuned in. So, I mean, he really was telepathic. He could read minds. He could do remote healings. He could do all kinds of stuff. He was very, very powerful in spirit. And when Jesus saw him lie and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, that he had been laying there for a long time, he saith unto him, and for me, when I first read it, I wasn't quite sure, like, the kind of tone that Jesus had about it, but now I feel like it was very compassionate, which Jesus often acted as though he was really compassionate to people. So for me, the tone was that he says next is, wilt thou be made whole? But the man immediately answers him, well, it says, the impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool, but while I am coming, another steppeth down before me. So he doesn't even know that this is Jesus. He has no idea who's talking to him. He doesn't know that this is a person who can heal him without him having to get in the pool. So that's why he starts talking about he doesn't have a man to put him in the pool. And now, because you find this out later, but that's not part of the story that we're going to read, because the part that we are imagining is the conversation that that man is having. And the exercises that we're imagining, the exercise that we're doing with the imagination is to develop the imagination, not to really only, I'm going to show some more of this beautiful scenery, not to only understand about scripture, because you're going to understand about scripture, but you also are going to be developing your imagination so that you can get this understanding. So there's a point to all of this, that over time you're going to see these amazing results about your own imagination. Okay, so he starts saying, but while I'm coming, another step is down before me. So he's like explaining, and then, so you got to see like him talking to Jesus, and then Jesus saying to him, Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed and walk. And immediately the man was made whole and took up his bed and walked. So I'm going to stop there. I'm stopping at 9, and it's and I'm not even reading to the end right before 10. And the reason, and so here it is, right here, and walked. Okay, because the rest of the story is not relevant to us imagining what we're imagining. That would be like a Bible lesson. So, what's really amazing is to imagine that the man has the conversation, he doesn't even know that it's Jesus. And Jesus tells him to get up and walk. And so he picks up. This is what's so cool. He's laying there, been laying there for so long, and he is healed immediately. You'll notice in many of these stories, the people are healed immediately. And the immediacy of healing is part of the point of studying scripture for you. Because for you to understand that, and for me, I had to really understand at some point of reading these, that when I kept reading over and over that the people were healed immediately, that I am healed immediately. So I don't know if you know about quantum physics, but we are healed as soon as we accept in our heart and in our mind that we are healed, in our consciousness, in our subconscious mind. As soon as we have the faith and belief that we are healed. This man received the healing. So you got to see him in your mind, being healed, and then he picks himself up, and he walks. He walks away. So, he's able, he's whole. At this point, he's whole. So, this is your lesson. Okay, and guess what? It's getting ready to rain, so I'm stopping right on time. And immediately the man was made whole and took up his bed and walked. This guy must have been so excited. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that you were sick and then you became healed and that you could pick yourself up, pick up that bed, and then get out of there? That's a ton of faith. So the point of reading these and understanding the power that God has is so that we understand that power heals us immediately. So anyway, that is, let's say day 6, John 5:1-9. And we'll see you on the next lesson tomorrow. All right, have a great day full of faith, full of miracles, full of belief, full of healing and joy.